All I can say is I know, you talk about Wayne Rooney, I talk about, Steven Gerrard and Frank Lampard, how much Phil thinks about football every minute of every day. That's why I'm not a manager. That's why he's not a manager. They're on the training pitch, they're writing the sessions down every day for the last 6-7 years, and they're non-stop, and they absolutely adore it and love it, and they're passionate about it. And that's why Scott Parker, Michael Carrick, John Terry, Wayne Rooney, Steven Gerrard, Frank Lampard, Jody Morris, all the lads that we played with as well, Ryan Giggs, they're all in good jobs because they think about it every minute of every day and they live with it. I don't wake up in the morning thinking about 4-4-2 or 4-3-3. I don't. I couldn't think of anything worse. But them lads, they think, and Philip is exactly the same. He's had 3 or 4 jobs now. He's gone into women's football, which was a massive step and something that, to be fair, many at the time criticised him for. Many at the time said he shouldn't have done it. Many at the time said it was a brave step. He's done it. He went and did it. He obviously accompanied David Moyes at Manchester United. That wasn't the best experience in the world, but that makes him stronger, in my opinion, not worse. Obviously, Valencia, he was taken over there by Nuno, and that went obviously pear-shaped because I went over, nothing to do with Phil. So in terms of now, he's got his own head. He's obviously had the England job for the last few years. And I want him to do really well because I know how hard he works at it. And to be fair, I think if you work hard in life, you've got a chance. And he thinks every single minute about his coaching, about what his team are going to do, asking questions all the time. And you think about, I love the game, but I'm not interested in it to that level. You're not interested in coaching. You don't wake up every day and think, I want to go on a training pitch and coach. He does, as do those other lads that we've mentioned.
Wants to make other players better. Do you have respect for the journey that he's taken?
No, I do. I was only obviously winding up. As you know, I love winding the Nevilles up as much as I possibly can. But we spoke last week to me about the situation with Frank Lampard and having that experience to fall back on. Now, Phil's had a lot of jobs, a lot of different jobs as well, really. Being in a foreign country, the women's game, national game, so it's not week to week, international manager, Manchester United. Also, now comes something from the MLS. And what I was speaking about, whether Phil's had criticism getting this job or, as you mentioned, jobs for the boys, these are the experiences that I'm talking about that probably a lot of the top managers think of Arsene Wenger's journey or Rafa Benitez's journey or Jurgen Klopp's journey, where they've been. They've had those jobs under the radar. Now, Phil doesn't go under the radar because he's obviously Phil Neville. He's had a really good football career as well. But he's had big jobs as well. But lots of different experiences. And I think you've almost got to go on that journey. Who knows where Phil's going to end up, whether it's a manager or a coach or, how successful he'll be. But this is something I was talking about last week, of having those ups and downs, a bit of criticism, something going well, having success. So when he goes into Miami now, he's going there as a far better coach, even though you think, it's the MLS, but he's been at United. He'd be far better now than when he was at United.
But it's a madness thought. I mean, before I went to Valencia, everyone said, you'll be a great manager, you'll be a fantastic manager, he's a great pundit, he comes on Sky. You go to Valencia for 4 months, you come back and people say, how can he be on television? I'm actually more experienced than I was before I went. It's madness. But just because the job didn't go well, people think, well, you're a lesser pundit. It's not really a thought that's well thought out if you think about it. The experiences that you gain are through your hard work. And to be honest with you, the reason Phil gets opportunities is because of his hard work and thinking about it every single day. And that's the reason I always believe if you work hard in life, you'll get chances. Yeah, of course, if you know someone. But you'll have gone through a process over there. It wasn't David Beckham that selected the manager for Inter Miami unilaterally. He's got ownership over there. The amount of investment and time. I went over there just before lockdown and saw what was going on over there. It's unbelievable. And they need it to be a success. So it's a serious job over there that needs to be done. And if he isn't doing it well, then he'll know what is going to happen. And if he does do it well, again, he'll know what's going to happen.